for creating an important channel for like-minded people to connect and advance the union co-op movement. Mary Boyer and Liz Ryder founded Union Co-ops Council of the U.S. Federation of Worker Cooperatives, which celebrates its 10-year anniversary this year.
The Union Co-ops Council of the U.S. Federation of Worker Co-ops began in 2007. It came out of the Eastern Conference for Workplace Democracy, where Lynn Williams was our keynote speaker, and the membership of the conference decided to create a council to take up the notion of bringing labor and worker co-ops together.
And the main gap was that there was nobody bringing people together from around the country. We started off by just building this network, and then we started doing these workshops at conferences to let them know that this movement is happening, which many of them don't even know, and the advantages that it brings to the labor movement.
The Union Co-ops Council of the U.S. Federation of Worker Co-ops is actually our oldest member council. We've created a space, a platform for worker owners to come together as members to build power in a grassroots way, and then to have a trans-local cross-pollination.
I think there's evidence that the movement has been growing both within our council and within the U.S. Federation of Worker Co-ops.
It's really a catalog, clearinghouse for shared experiences.
When there's a need, there's a lot of expertise that could plug in. There's sort of some common language that's being constantly cultivated that can be applied to the conversations as they elevate.
A union co-op is typically a worker cooperative that has been formed by or incorporates a working relationship with organized labor as part of the model of humanely and democratically developing the workers' rights part of the business enterprise.
It's not just a management worker fight, but it's actually a management workers together in a cooperative manner to run the business.
The union works jointly with management and the workers inside. They sit there on a Friday where we go and meet with the workers and have input and say, here are some of the problems, here we could sit together and iron it up. It's a model I will recommend every day to anyone who wants to do that.
Disputes, HR, sometimes in bigger worker co-ops, the differences between management and folks who have different kinds of positions can actually, unions can be a really important resource to lean on in figuring that out, or even to help figure out things like benefits, insurance. Being able to partner with unions, I think, is really important in terms of improving the workplace itself for strengthening the business.
Within the labor movement, we are defined by NLRB law, which places us in an adversarial relationship between employer and employee. So employers, capitalists, create jobs, bad jobs, mixed jobs, and we fight against the bad jobs that they create. When you allow the enemy to define the battlefield, that's when you lose the most often. That's the art of war, right? So we have been declining steadily for decades. Okay, what we have to do is reimagine ourselves outside of that being locked into that specific role, and take back agency for job creation. So unions should be creating jobs. So the way that we should envision the creation of jobs is through worker cooperatives. So we have to talk about the union co-op model in terms of a job creation strategy.
Started with the Majagan model, and the reason we picked that is because its emphasis on building community and social justice aspect of it, as long as building power amongst workers in the community.
And then of course we've also read a lot about in Majagan social committees and the idea that sort of systems of worker power that are not just ownership, like there has to also be, the collective bargaining is another way that you build worker power, even if there's already worker ownership.
We are so excited to welcome you here today to our 3rd annual Union Co-op Symposium.
It's a $16 billion corporation with over 100,000 people in it. It has more than 240 cooperative organizations. It's under the aegis of One Worker, One Vote. It has its own university, has its own social insurance mutual, and it has its own bank. And what's so important, Rob Mayoral and Chris Cooper, they were a big part of the transition from the Mondragon experience to the union co-op experience, which started with steelworkers, but then has branched to so many other unions, many of whom are in the room.
They got to understand the Mondragon and what had gone on over there, and saw this as something that America really sort of needed. So that's where it began. We're pleased that it's spread in other places. We're pleased that there's so many interest shown from other unions and that they're trying to see where they can fit the model.
I would like to see more diversity and going more out into the community. So I think a deeper level of organizing, amongst workers and just amongst community members, especially in impoverished communities, and how to really build this from the grassroots.
The future is ours to create. How do we take this to the next level? And how do we turn from a space that is about communication and networking and sharing ideas, which is incredibly important, but move to that next level of actually proactively helping one another and supporting and developing.
And we're going to get there. We're going to find a different model for people to get paid a good wage and then share whatever profits come out of that, whatever growth comes.
I think we have an incredible opportunity here. It's a difficult environment policy-wise. It's a difficult environment in our economy. But in this difficult moment, there's also a real opportunity to rethink the models that we've been using, rethink what our economy can look like, the intersection of cooperation, of cooperatives, and labor, and the power that labor brings to the workforce, the voice that it elevates, that collaboration can, fundamentally transform industries and move that needle forward.